and welcome this evening. If you're just tuning in, let me know down below where you're tuning in from. I would love to be able to give a shout out to you as well. If you find this helpful, please give me some loves. Let me know that you're finding it helpful. If you think this could be helpful for other people, please feel free to share it. Hey, Nicole, glad you're joining me. So again, if you find this to be helpful, please share it with other people. If you're catching this by replay, please put hashtag replay down below as well. And if you have not caught the first 8 weeks of this series and you want to go back and look at those because it will make much more sense on tonight's part, if you do watch those first ones, just tag me down below in the comment section and I'll go back and tag you in those so you don't have to try and find those in, Facebook land. So again, if you're just joining me, hey Sue, glad you're joining me. If you're just joining me, my name is Dr. Brenda Roach, but you can call me Brenda because it's just much easier. And I'm a neuropsychologist by trade. And I also have a health and wellness company that really is striving towards helping people kind of identify what their health and wellness goals are, how to change some of their things in their life to really meet those health and wellness goals as well. Hey, Annie, glad you're joining me. And so again, if you haven't caught the first part of this series, just tag me down below and I'll tag you in those so that tonight's will make much more sense to you. And again, if you find this helpful, please let me know that. Give me some loves and share it out with other people if you think it could be helpful as well. So we're going to just jump right in tonight. And so we're talking about taking your life back. And I started on this journey with all of you about 10 weeks ago. I appreciate you that have been joining me on this journey to try and figure out how to get a better balanced life. I recognized pretty quickly that my life was way out of balance and had not really been doing the things that I really had priority for and had put a lot of things ahead of my life. And so this really has been a journey of mine. And again, I appreciate you going on this journey with me. So tonight we're kind of building upon all the things we've been talking about, and it really is about scheduling time for your life. So building on kind of what we talked about earlier in this series was a sacred date night for yourself. I want you to take out your calendar. So this is an assignment for you. You'll know me that I give you assignments each week. So to take out your calendar and for the next 6 months, yes, 6 months, block out one afternoon or evening just for you. If you're self-employed, I would encourage you to actually block out a whole day because then if something really important does come up that you really absolutely have to take care of, you can default back to that half day. Hey, honey, glad you joined me. Half day or or just the evening as well. So what I want you to do in that time then that you block out for the next 6 months is to spend that downtime doing something you really enjoy doing. Let work go. And just have fun. Get a massage, see a movie, go for a hike, spend time with your children or grandchildren, visit a museum, something where you can just spend that time doing something that you truly enjoy. Give yourself permission to just shut your mind off. And that's a really hard one for me. Excellent, Nicole. I'm glad you can get behind that homework. We all need to take a vacation from thinking too much. And with schedules that are so structured and compartmentalized, we really lose touch of the joy of having nowhere to be. Schedule some spontaneity breaks into your life at the end of the day where you have nowhere to go or nothing to do. This one's been a really hard one for me to get to, but I'm getting better at it every day. Regular downtime with nothing planned is really essential to high quality living and success. And I've really begun to believe that. And live that and really working towards getting more of that as well. By scheduling this time beforehand or ahead of time, you really protect yourself from overbooking. This deals with that source it deals with the source of the problem and really helps you make decisions about the future requests of your time. Excellent, honey. I'm glad you're on vacation in Washington. That sounds like a great time out there. It's kind of like if your time's blocked out for you, it's not available for anyone else. It's kind of like canceling all that junk mail or junk email that you get, instead of just constantly throwing it out every day or deleting those emails every day. It's really kind of dealing with the source of the problem from the beginning. Hey, Devon, glad you're joining me. So take time for your life first is kind of what we're talking about. And again, if you haven't caught this full series and want me to tag you in the first 8 parts of this series, just put tag me down below in the comments section. And when I get done, I'll tag you on that so you don't have to try and find this series in Facebook land. We talked last week about saying no. And this has been a really hard one for me, but I've really worked hard on it this week, and I think I've done a great job. So pat on my back. If you actually follow through with saying no, you'll find that you just have more time available in your schedule. But there might be a temptation to immediately try and fill that time because it could be really uncomfortable. For me, it was really uncomfortable, and I've had to become more comfortable with that. Don't get stuck in that vacuum that, having more time will create for you in that boredom. Give yourself the gift of just being for a while. You may feel bored when you have that free time and get anxious to kind of fill it with something else. I know for me, as I've been doing this and really working towards this, it has been pretty uncomfortable, and I felt like, well, geez, I'm just wasting time. And I've really had to change my mindset on that and recognize that that actually gives me time to recharge my batteries so that when I'm actually doing something, I have more energy and power to actually do that in, and I'm much more productive. And so be willing to just sit with the discomfort of boredom. It will allow you to kind of get to that other side eventually, but you have to sit with that. So here's another assignment. Intentionally practice doing nothing. Take daily breaks and allow yourself to just be. Start with just 5 minutes. 5-minute interval and just sit quietly. If you'd like to kind of just imagine your favorite place where you feel really relaxed, have your mind go there and rest there. When you find yourself kind of getting antsy or uncomfortable, your mind starts wandering away, just take that deep breath and bring your mind right back to that place. Don't judge yourself for your mind wandering. Just bring it back. Just recognize that my mind wandered and bring it back to your place. It takes time to practice each of these. Each day, maybe add a minute to that. So start out at 5 minutes and build up to 20 to 30 minutes. The simple exercise really can teach you to make peace with being instead of always doing. So it's just being. Hey, Deely, glad you joined me. It's a great exercise to practice when you just arrive early. Hey, Nancy, glad you joined me for a meeting or when you're traveling, as long as you're not driving. And anytime you're just forced to wait. But put it into your schedule so you're actually having time to practice it as well. Another game that you can play, and this is kind of one that I've been doing, and it's been really, really helpful to practice this, is if you close your eyes, if you're comfortable with closing your eyes, otherwise keep them open, and count backward from 100 to 80 very slowly. Hey, Skylar, glad you're joining me. While you visualize each of those numbers in your head, kind of in your mind's eye. And whenever your mind drifts away and causes you to no longer actually see those numbers, start again at 100. Each day, add 10 counts to this number. So start at 80 until you can get down to 80 without your mind wandering. The next day, try to go down to 70. And keep going until you can get all the way down to 0. Right now, I'm at 60. So that's where I'm at right now, and I just started that this week. So it takes some time. It will take some practice. But it will really help you focus attention in a very, very powerful way. The other thing that you need to do is just watch for signs that indicate you're about to get pulled back into that busy life. When you start to feel that discomfort or boredom, you might start saying things to yourself like, oh, I think it's time to start a new project, or I feel like everyone else is moving ahead and I'm just kind of sitting still, or I'm feeling really sad or lonely and I'm not sure what to do with myself. If you find yourself saying these things to yourself or feeling that boredom or feeling that itch to kind of start doing more things, you're in the right place. Let it be a sign to just hang in there to that boredom and hang on to that boredom and that discomfort until you get to that other side. You will get there, I promise. When you can sit with that extra time, you'll learn to fill it with only what's really important to you. Those items on your absolute yes list that we created a couple weeks ago. Protect your priorities. Now that you know what's really personally important to you, protect those priorities by creating boundaries. And those of you that have known me for a while and know me well know that that's been a hard one for me. I've said yes a lot and, put my family on the back burner, put my life on the back burner, and done a lot of things because I haven't been able to set those boundaries and say no. And I'm getting better at that and really choosing what those priorities are. Think of it as playing by new rules. For example, if peace of mind is one of your priorities, your new priorities, implement a rule where you no longer answer your phone after 9 p.m. or before 9 a.m. If maintaining a balance between your professional and personal life is important, decide to no longer conduct any business on one particular day or one particular time. Think of these new rules as a way to really create protected time and space that's personally important to you. If your physical health is top priority, no longer let anything get in the way of you working out on a regular schedule. So here's your other assignments. You get a lot of assignments from me. So review, hey Jessica, glad you joined me. Review your absolute yes list and ask yourself what your new boundaries need to be. What do you need to set in order to ensure, hey Danielle, glad you joined me, that your priorities really are protected. When you play by those new rules, you're going to create the life you want. You deserve to live your life exactly the way you want. If you don't pilot your own plane, someone else is going to. Don't let others determine the quality of your life. Take charge of the process yourself. And if you follow this series, you will get there. So again, if you haven't been following this series and want the first 8 weeks, just put tag me down below in the comment section and I'll tag you in those so you don't have to try and find those in Facebook land. So say no, change your mind. Do whatever it takes to save that time, in your life. Hey, Lori, glad you joined me. Take time for your life. Let your absolute yes list become the governing document for your quality of your life. Reward yourself for commitment and hard work that you've done so far. Give yourself a day off. You determine who and what gets your time. Choose wisely because your life depends on it. So in summary, what you need, these are the things. Know where your time goes. So if you haven't done your time study so far, go back and listen to a previous series on that. And, really mark it down. Look at what you're doing with your time. How do you spend, because how you're spending your time currently really reveals what your priorities are right now. Decide what you want. Let your wise mind or wise self guide you to set those new priorities. Create your absolute yes list and let it inspire you to live a great life. Honor your new priorities is a big one. Bring them into your daily life. Learn to say no. And most of all, take time for you. It may take some time to get everything in place because you may have some obligations that you just can't not follow through with right now. But each day, if you really are honoring yourself and honoring your absolute yes list that we created a couple weeks ago, you're going to get yourself closer to actually getting your priorities straight and honoring that absolute yes list. So start each day. Do something small each day, because if you don't, 6 months from now, you're going to be in the same place you are right now. So I would encourage you again to go back from the beginning of the series and review it. Again, if you found this helpful, please give me some thumbs up, give me some loves, let me know that you're finding it helpful. If you think this could be helpful for other people, please share it as well. And again, my name is Dr. Brenda Roach, but you can call me Brenda because it's just much easier. And I will be coming back on live next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will actually be in Las Vegas at that time for a great business opportunity meeting that I'm going to that I'm really, really excited about as well. And so I'll be tuning in from there and giving you some more information. Again, hopefully you found this helpful. And if you want me to tag you in the full series, just tag me down below. And I hope you have a great evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later.